Welcome back to It's Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from Courtney Ryan. She interviewed some women, asking them some basic questions of what they expect from their mate, their house, their future marriage. And the answers are very enlightening for, I think, everyone. I think a lot of men know some of these delusions, I want to say, but I think a lot of women don't realize that they are delusions. I'm going to put her link down below so you guys can go check her out, give her some support, give her some more subs. She's a great content creator. It's not particularly for the manosphere or the mandom, but she still makes great content that affects us and actually sheds a lot of education and light for the manosphere also. Oh, and you know what? Please put a like and subscribe down below for me. I'd really appreciate that. I've been so happy that my channel is growing slowly, and you guys are commenting and supporting me. I really appreciate all that. All right, is this chow? I don't think a lot of women are gonna like this chow. Most men definitely hate this chow, but it is what it is, right? Sometimes we gotta eat it, and if we can meet those expectations, we can. If we not, we'll probably have to settle, right? All right, it's chow time, guys.
So my expectations are not realistic.
I don't want a Hugh Hefner. Trust me, I'd rather just be single. Thank you, though.
Well, somebody's gonna have a sugar mama.
If your wife can spend more than you make, like, you need to make more money. So
I was just having this conversation
If your wife can spend more money than you can make,
like,
that statement is so dumb. Anybody can spend more money than you can make. It's spending money is easy. It's making money that's hard.
you have to manifest a husband, girl.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we have a group of girls back with us. If you've never seen any of these girl videos that I've done in the past, what I do is bring on other women to get other women's perspectives. If you guys are a subscriber to my channel, you probably know where I stand on a lot of these topics.
Yes, please. Again, I'm going to leave a link down below. Subscribe to her, please. She's awesome. She's one of those women we need to protect.
400 videos covering my thoughts and opinions, but I think it's really enlightening and interesting to get the opinion of other women who maybe don't have a platform, or who, maybe don't talk about these topics or even think about these topics. The point here is to get an honest opinion and reaction from these women, whether it be good or bad, honest nonetheless. In this video specifically, I'm going to be asking the women about salary preferences and average male income. I've got some statistics for them, and we're going to get through this together. So let's get started.
All right, let's see what those women expect us to make.
What is the ideal age for a guy that you are looking to be with?
So I just turned 27, so like 3 years older than that. So I would say between like 31, maybe 32, just depending on like when your birthday is.
So I'm 27, and I would say I would want them to be older. So like my range that I look for is 28 to 35.
I think anyone within
25.
3 to 5 years either way, but probably older. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe 33,
Potentially.
if you had to choose.
There's a lot of mature, this is just recently, there's a lot of mature people at the end of their 20s who I think I have good chemistry with, so I wouldn't and then there's people in their 30s, even in their early 30s, who act like they're so, they got a bum knee and stuff, and I'm like, okay,
yeah,
but
a lot of women.
I don't feel broken yet. You can't go for a run with me. Just go down a weight at the gym. I don't get it. So I don't know. It's hard.
Okay, do we want to go somewhere in the middle, maybe 30?
Yeah.
Okay, 30,
Yeah.
We'll just go with your age.
She wants
I
Harvard.
really like 28 to
36.
36 max.
I got one.
Max. Not in the 40s. Still in the 30s. Because I feel like...
Let me translate for you guys. I want a man in his prime. Pretty much around 35, 36. I don't want them in his 40s, because usually in their 40s, that's where they get their beer bellies and the gut. So I kind of want a man in his prime financially that hasn't gone downhill in his looks yet. That's what pretty much a lot of these women are saying.
They've matured. They kind of have gotten settled in their careers. They know what they want. They're not really looking... There's less of a chance that you'll find somebody who is just looking to play games.
Okay, and how old are you?
I'm gonna be 24 in November.
Okay.
So I'm pretty.
So she's 24 and she's looking for someone that's 36. So 12 years difference. And, lately, a lot of women have been shaming men for dating younger women. And it's funny that, look at this. All these women that are kind of younger want a man that's at least almost 6 to 10 years older than them. So I don't think this preference is only for men going after younger women. The younger women are looking for these older men also. So I think it's funny when women are trying to shame men for dating younger women, when that's what a lot of these women that are in their 30s did when they were younger. But now they're in their 30s, they're expecting men in their 30s to look at them the same way, when the dynamics have always been the same. The age gap has always been the same. Since when they were younger, they've always dated older. So now all of a sudden, now that they're older in their 30s, why do they want someone around their age now instead of going after someone in their 40s? That's how the pattern went with them when they were younger, right?
Pretty young.
By the time this video comes out, you'll be 24.
Okay.
So if we have to pick one age, you said between 28 and 36. Would we say like 32?
Yeah, I would say 30. No, probably like 30 is perfect to meet them. And then we can get married when they're like 32.
I feel like
that wasn't bad.
Bracket that I'm normally looking at, or the roster, I guess. I don't know, between like 29 and like, I don't know, 37, 38, I guess.
37, 38,
like
guys.
All guys that are honestly between 24 to 28, they don't really want anything serious at all.
I would say
I would disagree with that. These men, 24 to 28, they want something serious. They just don't have the finances and the stability that most of these women are looking for.
27.
Okay, and how old are you?
23.
I would have to say the person that I would marry right now would probably have to be between 32 and maybe 43.
Okay.
Between like 30 and
32 and 43, that's a
I'm
big
28.
change.
So I feel like the person I'm with needs to be a lot more mature than me.
Okay. So do we want to go like 37? Just to
Yeah,
go somewhere
I would
in the middle?
definitely be with a 37-year-old.
Okay. So
For
we'll take that as the number.
Okay.
Thinking of your future, what % of the family income do you personally want to contribute? Like, do you want to be the breadwinner? Do you want to contribute 50-50?
I'm gonna see
Do you
a
wanna be
lot of
stay-at-home
cap in
wife
this.
or mom?
I would be comfortable contributing 50-50.
Bullshit.
But I would prefer that it be more so like 40-50.
Okay.
Like me
40-60.
contributing-
40-50?
You the 40,
You're missing
them the
10%,
60.
girl.
Yes.
I'd be okay with. I never thought of this. I don't know. These weren't the things that I fixated
Why
on
would
the
they have never
most
thought
when
of
I
this?
envisioned my partner. But if I had to throw it out there, like maybe half or a little under half, I'm probably.
We'll go 50-50 top.
This is so cap.
Ooh.
These women want to get taken care of.
So I personally, I would not mind contributing like majority, but I would say no more than 70% of household
Ooh,
income.
we got a sugar mama
So
over
I
here.
really want to be a stay-at-home mom. So like,
She's honest.
if that doesn't work out with the person I'm with, then it doesn't work out. But that is like how I picture myself as a mom and a wife. So I guess I wouldn't be contributing financially.
I don't want any of my income to be needed in the family. I want the man to be 100% the supporter, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to work and I'm not going to have my own business or whatever.
But you would want the family to be able to live solely off of your
Yes,
husband's income.
100% solely off of my husband. I don't want me to have to use my income at all, but that's not because I'm not going to be working or I'm not going to.
Oh, guys. Translation. Your money is my money. My money is my money. So you got to work hard, and I get to spend your money, but all the money I make from my business and everything, I spend the way I want it. I don't have to contribute to the family. That's quite a ridiculous statement, for my opinion. If you are working and you're doing well, why do you still expect him to take care of everything? What are you doing with your money? That doesn't even make sense.
Have my own stuff going on. It's just because I want the freedom to be able to take care of my kids for the first 7 years of their life. I want to be a stay-at-home mom and be with them basically 24/7. I think that's important.
She could have just said, I want to be a stay-home mom. It would have been different. But saying that I'm going to work and not contribute money and save all of her money until she has kids and use that money while she's using, the bills are paid for already. That's the other part that I'm confused about. If the household income from him takes care of everything in the house, everything in the family, why did you need to save up money in the first place? That doesn't make sense. So you can save up money to not work and take care of the kids. Technically, you could have just done that in the first place.
In the family structure, so that's pretty much the only reason why.
Okay, so you would choose stay-at-home mom. So 0%, we'll say.
Yes.
Okay.
I think 50-50 is definitely acceptable, and that's
Cap.
I wouldn't enjoy feeling like someone has to take care of me. I don't like relying on people or men or really anyone for money. I think
women say this, but they rely on men constantly. They may not know it, but they do. Some of the benefits that women enjoy gets paid by men. Some of the lifestyle that some of these women enjoy get paid by men. Men taking them out, men taking them on yachts. It's not their money. It's the men's money that's taking care of all of this.
I think that's totally just unacceptable. That's just how I was raised.
If I'm painting a picture, if it's my ideal life, I would love to just be a stay-at-home wife with some hobbies.
Nothing wrong with that. At least she admits
raising
it.
a family, because that's just the way I grew up. I had a stay-at-home mom, and it was just a really good environment to have.
Okay, so ideally that's what you would want.
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I want to talk about your ideal lifestyle. Okay. So thinking about a house, how many bedrooms, how many square feet, what are we thinking?
I don't need anything, crazy spacious, but I definitely do want a big enough home where everybody can have their own, individual selves and space to feel comfortable.
Everybody has their own room?
Just depending on lifestyle and family, at least 3 to 4 bedrooms for sure.
3 to 4 bedrooms, guys.
Because,
starting.
God forbid, there's more than one girl in the house. That'll be drama. And definitely a big backyard. So at least 5 acres, to roam on is
5 fucking acres. 5 fucking acres, guys. If you guys can afford 5 acres, because I don't think I can in my area. 5 acres in my area is not even possible. Oh, well, you know what? If I lived out in the boonies and had to drive an hour and a half to 2 hours to work, then maybe. But that'd still be a couple $1 million. Easy. 5 acres, guys. If you live in LA or a major city, you can't even get those 5 acres. That's for sure.
Aspire to have. And then square footage on a house, I really don't even know how to scale something like that. I don't 4,000 to 5,000 square
4,000 to 5,000 square foot, guys. 5 acres and 4,000 to 5,000 square foot. So she wants a mansion on a property that's bigger than a park. That's what she's asking for. 4,000 to 5,000 square foot is almost $2.5 million in my area. That doesn't come with the land, though. It comes with a very small yard and a very small driveway, but I don't think it has 5 acres. So, whoo! Rooms for every kid, right?
feet, maybe.
Okay. What you described sounds close to that.
Like that, if I need to go bigger, obviously, we'll
Fucking
go
Courtney.
bigger. That's no question. But
She
just
doesn't
a
wanna
nice,
say
comfortable
shit.
size home.
Okay, and then how many kids do you want?
2 to 3. If
Okay.
2 boys and a girl would be ideal.
2 to 3. She wants a 3 to 4 bedroom house. So definitely a room for every kid before you even have the kids. Do people plan like this? Am I going to go buy a 5 bedroom house expecting to have 4 kids? Can I afford a 5 bedroom house in the first place?
Okay, and what about a car? I know you like cars.
Yeah, if it could be anything, if it's my dream, it'd probably be a Pagani BC, which is like a hypercar, but
I don't even know what that is.
oh my gosh, they're so sexy. So
Did you guys hear what she said? She wants a Pagani. That's like $1.5 million. Who the fuck does she think she's gonna be marrying? What the fuck?
that would be,
How much is that car?
I don't even know, probably at least like 1.5 mil for sure.
Jesus
At least.
Christ.
I don't
Okay,
even
so
know.
what about not the dream car, but
Something more realistic that
yeah,
I would get.
just to give us a ballpark, like a kind of
Yeah.
a range.
Maybe like some sort of like F12 Ferrari, like
F12 Ferrari is realistic for her, guys. That's the car she expects you to buy her when she's married and as a mom, is an F12 Ferrari. Where are the kids gonna fucking sit?
an A12 super fast would be super cool, or maybe like a 458.
Okay.
How
much are those?
Would be
Like
ideal. No, those are probably depending like
still a house,
300,000 to
half a house.
525K, just
All right.
depending on what you go with, and
She's a car girl.
love them.
All right, and then what about vacation? How important is travel to you? Like international, what are we thinking?
So I've not done any crazy international travels personally, but I'm always open to exploring.
She's open to exploring,
and I love
guys.
the ocean,
As long as everything's being paid for.
Like French Polynesian Islands would be super cool to vacay for a little while, or I don't even know, Australia, something
So it's
like
something
that.
you'd like to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It's not a huge priority for me, but it's definitely something that
At least it's not a
is on the
priority,
list.
guys.
The car is more
The
important.
car
than
is more
vacation.
important, right?
Yeah.
So if I was a stay-at-home mom, it would be because we're financially okay without me working. And like if we were in
Well,
a position where that
yeah,
wasn't the case, then I would
that's
100%
how it kinda
work and
works.
like be fine with that. But I want to have like 3 kids, so you'd have to have a bigger house for that. So I don't even know because I've never owned a home. Maybe like, I don't know what's normal. Like is 3,000 square feet normal? That might be big.
It's
Yeah, would
3,000
you say,
square
like,
foot's
4
pretty big.
bedrooms? Like
Yeah.
a 4-bedroom home, something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, and then what about like cars? Would you want to drive a luxury car? Do you not really care about that?
I don't care about cars. I know a lot of people do. Like I drive a Mazda and I'm like perfectly happy with
Well, at least
it.
she's
so that's
reasonable
not
about the
a big thing
cars.
to me.
Okay, and then what about vacations? Would you want to travel internationally, things like that?
Yes, I love traveling. Like I think experiences are like the most like invaluable thing in life. So I would love to be able to travel.
I mean, she's not
domestically
wrong.
and
I do agree that
How many square
experiences
feet
are like
would your
that.
house be?
Oh, minimum 23.
Okay.
2,300
All
square
right,
feet.
she knows.
Oh,
And how
at
many
least she
kids?
knows her numbers.
So that
23 square foot is actually somewhat reasonable, I guess.
I would be okay with none. And also, like, it just depends on their values. I would say
23 square
ideally, though, my
foot with
max
no
would be
kids?
4.
Come on
Okay.
now.
What about a car?
I want a car where it's nice and it stays nice. I know ideally if you have kids, that's not going to happen. But I would like, personally for me, an SUV, Cadillac Escalade, you know.
So
the
$100,000.
OG, like, mom car of, like, well, back in the day, I would say.
Okay. And then what about vacations? You want to travel internationally?
She wants an Escalade, guys. She wants to be a wealthy housewife with an Escalade. I don't even own $100,000 car. Like, it doesn't even make sense.
Nationally, is travel important to you?
Yes. Travel internationally. I would love to go to Maldives. More tropical environments.
Okay, describe your ideal lifestyle. So house. What's your house? How many square feet?
Shoot, like I never even thought of this.
At least she's honest. I don't think a lot of women has actually even looked into the numbers, looked into how much 3,000 square foot actually is and how much these houses cost.
Okay, what about how many kids do you want?
I thought in terms of like family, this guy's got to be funny. We need to have inside jokes. Like, kids probably if we're financially able to, like maybe 3 kids.
Okay,
Three
3
kids,
kids. So
okay.
maybe like 4-bedroom house.
Sure.
Okay, and what about cars?
Fucking Courtney just feeds them these fucking ridiculous size houses off the bat.
Do you care about a car?
I like my Jeep.
Okay. What about vacations? Do you want to travel internationally? Is that important to you?
I feel like vacations is where I kind of would like to be financially stable enough to do fun things like that. And yeah.
I don't care about the square footage of the house. I just want it to have enough space for me and however many kids we have.
She doesn't care
If we
because she's never
have
looked at it.
one
She doesn't
kid,
know.
we can just have 1 bedroom for them, like an
Am I tripping out? Why does all of these women expect to have a bedroom for each kid? That doesn't make sense to me. I don't think a lot of Americans growing up all had their own bedrooms. Like, I shared my bedroom with my parents for a long time until they got a bigger place. And then I got my own room that I shared with my siblings, which was perfectly fine. Like, the spoiling of, like, giving everybody their own room and stuff. Like, how can you afford some things like this? It's so crazy that, like, women are thinking that you need a 4-bedroom house to start a family right away. It doesn't make sense because that's not how it was before.
extra bedroom, so a 2-bedroom house. If I have 5 kids, then I want to have a 5-bedroom house, or a 6-bedroom house.
Okay, I was gonna say the
We need
numbers
a
are off right there.
bedroom.
So I'll ask you then, how many kids do you
Did you guys hear her? 5 kids. She wants a 6-bedroom house. In my area, that's 2.5 easy.
want, like ideally?
I want 2 kids.
Okay. So
Ideally.
we'll base the house off the 2 kids. So you what would want like a 3-bedroom, right?
I would want 3-bedroom, yeah. Maybe like an office added.
Can't even settle for the 3 bedrooms, guys. She's gonna need a little office for herself still. Still needs an office, so that's still 4 bedrooms. Even with just the 2 kids.
But I don't care about any luxury finishes or whatever. I would want it to be nice. I don't really care about like a swimming pool or anything crazy like that.
When you're looking for a 4-bedroom, 6-bedroom house, I don't think the swimming pool really matters anymore.
It doesn't matter if we're super wealthy. I still would want to like be within our means,
Okay.
like within our needs.
Okay. What about a car? Do you care about the car?
I do kind of care about cars. I do like
I don't care about luxury,
cars. I
guys,
think they're
but I do care about
nice,
cars.
and I think they're sexy. But again, I would never go above. I would never want to be struggling because we're paying
Such
a
cap every
crazy
time they
car
say,
payment.
"Oh,
It's
again,
only
I
if
don't want to,
we had enough money that we could
overburden us or
afford
anything
a
like
luxury
that."
car. And even then, like, I wouldn't want like a Lamborghini. I like BMW and Mercedes just because they look nice. But I would get like just a nice car that I could drive my kids around.
Just a BMW or a Mercedes, guys. That's all she's asking for. Plus that 4-bedroom house.
And then my man can drive whatever car he wants. I would definitely like a luxury car.
Okay, so ideally you would like a luxury car. What about vacations? Like, do you want to travel internationally? Is travel important to you?
Travel is very important to me. It was ingrained into
I think all women, traveling is like the most ingrained thing in their minds. It's the most status symbol possible, I think, is to be able to travel the world. And I think a lot of women wish to brag about this.
to the way that I grew up. Like, I've been traveling. I've been to like 10 countries. I love traveling, so I want to keep that up.
Okay.
Job that I have, or the job that my husband has, is going to be some sort of income that is not based off of them working, if that makes sense. Like, I would want my husband to own a business.
No 9 to 5, guys.
I would
No 9 to 5.
own a business, and it would be able to run or function without us, and we should be able to.
Oh my gosh, guys. So she wants a well-established man with a business that he doesn't have to take care of anymore. That's never going to happen. If that man got to that status, building up a business, he's not going to not let it go, or he's not going to not touch it. That's just not how us men work. If we built ourselves to a certain status, there's a reason why we got to that status. It's because of the hard work that we put into it. It's not going to just run on its own. I don't know why women think this. It's not easy to build a business to where it's fully autonomous without you. That is quite a dream for most men to kind of build a business. Most men know that when they build a business, they will be working hard for the rest of their lives on that business.
To never have to we'll always be retired, or we're never retired. Either one.
So like passive income, I guess, is what that is.
Yeah, I would want to be. That is a goal. Yes, just to get to passive income.
Build your passive income, guys. I do. That is something I do work on to try to get things going. But a business is a business. You can have some passive income, but if you're running a business, you're running a lot of hours. That's just how it's going to be.
I'm gonna go with like, I feel like 21 to 2200 square feet.
Okay, that's reasonable. How many kids do you
decently reasonable, I guess.
Well, I haven't had one yet, so I don't really
I stay
know
in
what
a
that
1600 square
really
foot
gonna be
house.
like. So for right now, I'm gonna stick with 2. I'll say that, and probably about like 5 bedrooms in the house. You always have to have an extra bedroom, and then the walk-in closet has to be in my bedroom.
All right, it might be a little more than 2,000 square feet. What about a car? Do you need a luxury car? What, like, are you okay with regular car?
No, I'm not okay with a regular car.
Not okay with a
I'm
regular
not
car,
at
guys.
all. I love cars. I feel like when you get into it every morning, or you're getting out of work, or you're getting out of work going to your car, it's something that you look at and you're like, damn, like I'm happy I'm working for something good, and that makes me feel good. It makes me happy. So I enjoy having a nice car.
Okay.
I had a Mercedes that I really enjoyed. And then I've had Volkswagens, and I have one now, and I love Volkswagens, so I say those top 2 are good. Acuras are cool, but definitely Mercedes and Volkswagen. I feel like those are my top 2.
Yeah, I mean, they're not that bad of cars,
What
I
about
guess.
vacation? Do you want to travel internationally? How important is travel to you?
Well, let me tell you.
Please,
Extremely
let us
important.
know.
I would like to travel to Fiji, like really badly.
See, I told
I'd
you
love to go to
guys,
Italy.
the traveling thing is such a big thing in women's
Tuscany.
minds.
All right.
Greece.
Big vacays. All right.
Big vacays. They go on.
It's funny because traveling hardly ever crosses my mind, to tell you the truth. My friends travel here and there, and they'll tell me great things about it. I just don't have the urge to want to do it. I'd rather work and make money and do other things. So that's just me personally, though.
On and on and on.
So how many kids do you want? You have one right now, correct?
Yes. So I have one child. I like to have one child. I'm enjoying this. Don't feel like I'm ready for another kid, just because I still view myself as
All
a
right,
young
guys. So
person,
she
and I
has a
feel
kid,
like,
but is not willing to give you another kid.
children can be limiting in a lot of ways, especially since I am single. But if I had a
Translation: I can't live my hot girl summer with my kid, so I prefer to not have more kids.
partner, I think I would like to have 1 to 2 more children, so 3.
Oh, she does want
altogether
kids at least. Okay.
by the time I'm 32. Like once I turn 32, I think I'm cool. Like I'm gonna be comfortable with my one child for the rest of my time.
Oh, so she's 32
So if
when
you
you
did
meet
have
her.
more kids, you would want
not gonna
them
have
to
any kids
be
with her.
before you turn 32. Is what you're
Yes.
saying. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So now thinking about, okay, we'll just say maybe you want 3 kids. We'll go with that for the number. How many square feet would your house be? How many bedrooms would it be?
I wonder if she
Ideally.
knows the numbers.
If I had 3 children, though, I would definitely want at least 5 bedrooms, because if I had family members that
Guys. What's up with these women with an extra bedroom? Oh my God.
That wanted to stay over, I could put them in that room, and then I could have like another room for a different purpose, like an office space, or
She needs an office space and a guest bedroom, guys.
And then what about a car? Like, are you a luxury car type of gal? Do you not care about the car?
So I'm practical with cars. I feel like I drive so much, and I have a child, so my car needs to accommodate my lifestyle. However,
It's one child. Any car accommodates
a car
that.
that I would use day to day, and then I would probably have like a more luxurious car that I would use recreationally, alone. Or
Did you guys hear that? 2 cars. One for her and the baby. That is not your baby. And then one for her to show around by herself. Woo.
like with my mans. So, and I wouldn't have like a modern sports car. Like my luxury car would be like an old Grand National or something like that, like pimped out.
Which is still a
And
pricey
then what about
car.
vacation? How important is travel to you? Like international travel? Is it something you prioritize?
Yeah, travel's actually
Number
really
one.
big to me. I like to go different places and experience different cultures and foods. I think that it's really nice to do that with my daughter as well. It kind of shows her something different than what she's used to day to day. So
Keeping all these things in mind, what you would like your ideal life to look like, what would you say, what would you want his income to be? If you're going to be a stay-at-home mom,
All right, guys.
what kind of range would his income
Let's see if we qualify for these women. Just income.
Because I feel like I would have to like break down like how much it actually like costs to have kids and like travel and the house and all that.
Which I'm
and
sure you
I
haven't
don't
done
really
before.
know, but I think for me to be comfortable like staying at home and not working, like I feel like this is gonna sound bad. I feel like 300,000, like
Woo! I don't qualify. Men, do you guys qualify? 300,000? Just for her. Remember, she wants, I think a 4-bedroom house also.
I guess if they made less than that, I feel like we wouldn't have the lifestyle I wanted, so I would work.
Right. But you're talking ideal lifestyle. Like
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
your dream life, 300K for you to be able to
I think so.
be a stay-at-home mom
and
not
have
to
3
worry about
kids
it.
and all that, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like life's expensive.
I would just like to preface this as saying this is not do or die. But based on where I'm at,
Not
if
do or
he
die, guys.
Makes between anywhere from 70 to 100K.
I would have to say
She's reasonable. That's actually not too
127.
bad.
Ideally, like if they're in an industry where they do have longevity and they know like, hey, every single year I'm gonna get a raise between like 3 to 5%, which, you know, it just depends. Like,
What industry do we know that's guaranteed to give us a raise 3 to 5% every year? That's... Woo! That's... that's a great industry.
I would be comfortable with that.
$500,000.
Woo! $500,000, guys. So if you made $300,000, you qualified for the first one, but you didn't qualify for this one.
Is that bad? I know that 1% of men make $500,000 or like
Less than that,
1%
girl.
or something.
I'd say probably 150 to $250,000 a year. That's my guess.
Ooh.
Okay. And you would contribute also 50
150 to 250, guys.
correct?
Yeah.
You'd
And
be
she's still
willing
gonna-
to do up to
And it's funny that a lot of these women said that they'll contribute 50%. What the fuck do these ladies do to be able to equate 50% of these men's income in the first place? If they're making $400,000, $500,000, how can you match 50%? That means you have to be making $400,000 to $500,000. Even if you were doing 20%, you were still making $100,000 compared to his $500,000. Unbelievable.
To 50.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So keeping all of this in mind, we just painted your ideal life.
Yeah.
For the 27-year-old man, what would his
work so hard.
income ideally be? Like have to
What would
be
it have to be?
to support this life?
Which is so funny because I saw this video the other day where it was saying like, if your wife can spend more than you make, like you need to make more money. So it really just depends.
Again, dumbass comment.
But I mean, just to have like a really decent lifestyle and you know, be supported well, like 150 maybe to 250,000 a year would
$150,000 to $250,000 a year. And this is the one that expects 5 acres, 5,000 square foot, and the Panani. Yeah, good luck with that.
be comfortable for
She doesn't know the numbers.
The more the merrier, but that'd be comfortable.
It's crazy how a lot of these women have not crunched the numbers themselves. Where men, you told us what kind of house you want in what area. We already have a general idea how much that house is going to cost. We have a general idea how much blood, sweat, and tears we're going to have to put into it to be able to get this house. Where women are just willy-nilly, I just want a 5,000 square foot house. You know, if it needs to be bigger, we can go bigger. That's freaking crazy.
I was just having this conversation with my friend, and she was like, you have to manifest a husband, girl. Like, you have to really think about the lifestyle that you want to live when it comes down to vacations and how many kids you want to have. And
she's gorgeous. I'm not saying she's not. She is very good looking. But she also has a kid. For her to be able to try to get a man at that status and the type of things that she's asking for with a kid is going to be very tough.
just like the lifestyle that you want to have. And I feel like ideally my husband needs to be making like 650,000.
Woo! This is the one that didn't want kids past 32, right? Was it okay with somewhat normal life, wanted to travel, but the man has to make at least $650,000. More than $500,000 a year. Whew.
I feel like there's beauty and growth getting to that point.
Okay.
You know, because at the end of the day, I'm going to contribute, you know, more than what I'm contributing now.
So she's going to contribute, guys, more than what she's contributing now when you make $650K. What the fuck is she contributing that can match your $650K? If it's just the box, I don't know if that adds up with an extra kid.
Yeah.
No, but ideally, I would want someone to be able to match my hustle. So like, if
To match her hustle, guys. So that means she is making close to either $500,000 or $650 now. That's why she wants a man to match her hustle. Where is she getting this income from?
if I'm making this much and I have this lifestyle, this person cannot have a lesser lifestyle than me. Otherwise, it is not going to work out.
Yeah.
So
you said you would want to contribute 40%.
It's funny that women say that, you know, like, but men have been doing this their whole existence. We have always provided for women that sometimes have had a less of a lifestyle than we do, and we bring them up with us. It's so ridiculous that most women are not willing to do the same. Most women are not building income and building wealth to help provide for a family. They're building it all to help provide for themselves, when men have generationally have done it to provide for a family. But she's not willing to take care of things. But Courtney did just ask her about that 40% thing. Let's see if she can match it. Let's see what she says about it.
That max. So
Right.
if they're making 650, that would mean you would be making 400,000.
Yeah.
And that sounds great to me, unless I could be making more.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she knows she can't make that. She knows she can't make that. So she knows. But yet her idea of 650,000 is still reasonable.
What do you think is the median income for age 31?
As of right now, I think it's probably like between mid 50s, maybe 60.
Yeah, she's right.
It's $45,000.
Oh, I was wrong.
What do you think the top 25% of men are making at 31?
I think it's probably in my range of like that mid, like maybe like 57,
70.
70. Oh, okay.
Top 10% of men
I'd say
at
90.
31.
90.
111, you're close. Okay, and then what about the top 1% of men?
Ooh, I would say 120.
252.
Wow. Okay, that
Top
jumps
1%.
pretty high.
So you're asking 127 is closest to the top 10% of men. So I would say it's probably top 5% at 31.
Yeah.
If I had to guess. So only the top 5% of men at 31 are making $127,000.
That's insane. That is crazy.
Oh, now the
But it's
numbers are
kinda
starting
crazy
to
'cause
add up in her head.
70% of men never make 100,000 even one time in their life. 70% of men. So that means only 30% of men are, well, actually 23 last year in 2021, only 23.4% of the male workforce made $100,000.
Damn.
And that's factoring in all ages, not just,
That's
guys
all
that are
ages,
32
boys.
or whatever it is. You assume most of them are a little bit older.
Right, are making, oh my gosh.
I don't know, maybe 80.
It's actually 41,000.
You're lying.
For a 27-year-old.
I just feel like everything is so expensive nowadays. Like, I guess that's
Doesn't
fine.
mean you
No
make more
worries. Cut it
money.
in half. Like I said,
41,000. That's
Shorty will bring it home.
That's the median. And then what do
Yeah.
you think the top 25% of men at 27 make?
I guess that's it. Let's change up the perspective. Maybe 60K.
61. Yep,
Okay.
close. And then what about the top 10%?
Top 10. 75.
91. Okay, so
Okay.
you're under there. And then what do you think the top 1%ers at 27 are making?
Oof, like 200K.
Spot on.
Yeah.
203.
Yeah, awesome.
Yep. So you want a 1% man at 27?
Yep.
It seems like that's all we want nowadays with these
Yep,
1%ers.
that's
Median
exactly
income
what
never
these women
eclipses
want.
65,000 regardless of age. So 70 to 100 is above the median.
Well, somebody's gonna have a sugar mama.
Hey, at least she's willing to support, guys.
I mean, the median, I'm gonna guess like, I don't know, is it like 80?
It's $48,000 for 32. Yeah, and even at
That's
the
crazy.
It's pretty crazy that women have no clue how much money is being made and how much money men make in general. Do these women make this much money? This is where I'm wondering. Do these women make the 80 to 100K already at this age? Is that why they're like expecting the men to be making this much also? Because that's where I see the disconnect from. Like, why do they think men make so much? I don't get it.
even at the top 35, which was the end of your range.
Yeah.
The median is $52,776.
So my expectations are not realistic.
No, they're
You
not.
said you want 500K, but what do you think the median income is for a 30-year-old?
This one's the 500K one, right? Yeah.
60K, 70K, 50K.
It is $45,000.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
really?
That's the median. Now, what would you guess if you had to the top 25% of men or people at age 30?
Well, if that's the medium, then the top 25, like 60.
73. And then what about the top 10% of men?
100.
Close, 108. What about the top 1%? Top 1% of men at 30.
Well, I thought it was 500,000, but you said no, so 400,000.
Not even.
338.
Not even.
So Let's see.
I mean, 338 is still okay.
No,
For a
it's still
32
okay
year
for a
old,
1%
what do you think
man,
the
girl.
median income is for this age specifically?
For a 42-year-old?
32-year-old.
32-year-old.
The age that you chose.
I'm going to go with probably like 85K a year.
48,000.
Where are they pulling these numbers from?
The top 25% of men, guess how much that is at 32?
97.
Wait, say that once more.
The top 25% at
Oh,
32
that's like,
years old.
like
I don't
70.
know. Now I'm even nervous to answer the question. I guess like maybe 125.
77.
Oh, God.
Top 10% is 120. And the 1%ers at 32. 1%. This is men and women. 1% at 32. 320,000.
I think it's 250,000.
It's 52,000.
What? No, it's not.
You're so. Oh, my God, guys. Look how delusional these women are disconnected to reality they are. They've only dreamt about their dream, whatever it is. They've never actually looked at the numbers and knew or know what they're getting themselves into. The men that they're asking for, they don't exist. At the ages that they're asking about, no one's making 650 grand. Maybe 0.0001%. So like 2 guys at that age bracket make that kind of income. Good luck.
Damn, America.
And then guess how much the top 25% is at 35? These are the top 25.
And she's talking shit on America. Like, girl, you're the one that's an idiot that doesn't know the actual freaking income of people.
Percent of earners.
It's 50,000 is the average income of a 37-year-old man.
And then what's the top 25% of a 37-year-old? If you
Like
had to guess.
75.
The top 25% of a 37-year-old man.
Look at how
Dang,
blown.
maybe it's
Like, look at her mind is so blown.
86.
What? No, it's not.
The top 10% is 137,000. The top 1% of earners at 37 years old. Top 1%ers.
Right, right.
Like
And it's
we're
just men and
talking
women.
1%, 304,000. Still not 650. Do you think that your standards are unrealistic? Do you think it's realistic? Like, what do you think after hearing the median and the statistics around it?
This is
Like, what
a
are your
good question. This is a
initial
good
thoughts?
question.
It definitely is shocking because a 37-year-old man is a lot older than me. And that means that I don't even know how to process this right now.
And the median
How do you-
income never eclipses 65,000 regardless of the age.
Wow.
So, yeah, the median income for even a 75-year-old, 16 to 75, never eclipses 65,000. And then over 70% of men never make 100K even once in their lifetime. Over 70%. In 2021, only 23.4% of the male workforce made 100,000, and that's all ages. So you have to assume a lot of them are older, above 40, 50, 60s. Why do you think, what do you think makes women feel like they want that? Like, what is causing women to want the 1%ers?
I think a lot of it is like social media hype and
This is
just this
100%.
grand idea of what's obtainable nowadays, which it totally is, but you have to work for it, and that's why
No,
it's
it's not.
1%, and not
What are you
everybody's
talking
doing it.
about?
So it's not bad to want that, but you have to surround yourself with those types of people. So
Delusion. Surround yourself with that. How many millionaires do you know that you can surround yourself with millionaires? Like, if I could do that, I would. I would love to surround myself with millionaires, but it's much easier to say than it is to do. What the fuck?
honestly, for a long time, you're probably
And it's not delusional. You still should be shooting for these numbers, guys. Oh my God. They're 1%. They think that they can land a 1%. This is what they're saying. That doesn't matter, that all women should be aiming for that 1% because you never know, is what they're trying to say here. What the fuck?
going to be in the 25%, but that's how you strive and you get better and you meet the right people. So I think they want it because
Sure.
it seems so obtainable.
If you say so.
On social media.
Do you think a lot of people just don't know the statistics around it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I was a little shocked when, obviously the 1% is going to be that higher income, but what was the beginning? Like 41?
The median is 41.
Yeah, that was shocking to me, to be honest with you. But I mean, it makes sense.
I'll tell you some other ones that are crazy too. So the median income never eclipses $65,000 regardless of the age.
What?
In 2021 alone, only 23.4% of the male workforce made 100K. And that's all ages. So you have to assume a lot of them are older too. Like
Right.
hardly any of them would be 27.
Right. Wow.
I'm sure
there's actually
hearing
only
these numbers,
one
again,
age,
it didn't phase her.
from
It
16
really
to
didn't phase her. She's
75,
still going to
where
go
the
after the
top
men that she
10% of
wants.
men make 200K. If you had to guess what it is, what would you say?
34.
75 years old.
What? Yeah, bringing it home. Old ballers. That's so cool.
Would you date a 75-year-old
No.
to get the money?
No.
So where do you think these guys are at that are making this much money? Like, what do you think they're doing?
To be honest, like it's probably, I'm thinking like as someone that's in like the STEM world, they're probably in either STEM, entrepreneurship, or they are in
That
the
doesn't say where they
entertainment
are.
industry, and they are the lucky few, I would think. Or they're maybe doing trades.
Okay, and what industry are you in? You're in STEM?
Yeah, I'm in STEM.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Oh, whoa. That's impressive. So do you meet a lot of men who make this much money? Like, do most of the men you interact with meet these requirements?
Yes, if they're older, if they're outside my age range, yes.
Where do you think these guys are at that are making this much money?
They're honestly probably just not around because they have
Shit to
more
do.
going for themselves and just
Exactly.
like going out and like partying around. They're probably like strictly businessmen, So I don't know. It's
So she
Starbucks
gets
at
that
7
part.
a.m. in the morning. That'd be my guess.
Why would it be
their
at
business
Starbucks?
office.
So you said 150 to 250 would be kind of ideal. Over 70% of men never make 100K even once in their lifetime. So last year alone in 2021, only 23.4% of the male workforce made 100K. And this is like all ages, 16 to 75, like all working people. Yeah, and the majority of them, like you have to assume they're older because it's factoring in all ages. And then only one age, from 16 to 75, at the top 10% are making 200K. If you had to guess, pick which age do you think this is?
39.
75 years old.
What?
Hell no. I don't want a raisin. I
But
don't
she
want
wants
a
the
Hugh
money, though.
Hefner. Trust me, I'd rather just be single. Thank you, though.
Have you ever met any men that make that much money that are in the
It's funny. You're allowed to be single, women. Ladies, none of us is stopping you from being single. That's not a threat to most men. At least men that make this kind of income. There's plenty of women that will throw themselves at them.
age that you're looking for?
Yeah, multiple.
And where do you typically meet them? Like online or on trips?
One I met traveling, one on a dating app, and one or two in person, like going out with my friends. But there are people that do make that are younger. It's just not like the median, right?
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
So over 70% of men never make 100K in their lifetime. But last year, 23.4% of the male workforce made 100K. So that was in 2021.
Okay.
So 23.4%. Majority of those are probably older, but there probably is a small percentage that make, over 100K. But I mean, you said 300K, so that's not even anywhere close. But the median income for people never eclipses 65K regardless of age.
That's insane. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess there is like a wide range, so.
Would you marry a guy who made less money than you?
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, because at the end of the day, like, you can't, like, that isn't necessarily what makes me, like, attracted to a person. And just because somebody makes X amount of dollars, like, you can't force yourself, at least I can't, to like someone for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if whoever I fall in love with or, like, want to be with doesn't make that, then it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. So you'd be willing to make changes and compromises to your ideal scenario based off of hearing these statistics?
Yeah, because being in your ideal scenario but with the wrong person is gonna be miserable. So
Right,
definitely.
like if the only way you could have that is if the guy's 75 years old, like you're not choosing that.
No.
This one.
It depends. That depends because If I'm making enough money that I can sustain the family and still
But you said you didn't want to contribute to the household, even though you make good money.
still be a housewife, I guess. Like I'm making enough passive income or enough, like I can take time off enough with my job, then I'm okay with my husband not making as much, but
only if
Nope.
you were, say,
She's not.
making $500K yourself.
yeah. If I was making $500K, then
Passively?
then I can make that.
Then she'll take care of
exception, but
everything, guys.
I don't think that I could.
Yeah. You could have just
marry
said no in the first
somebody
place, girl. Stop trying to cap.
That makes less than me.
If the amount that I was making was different, then
Yeah, if you
I
were
think-
truly making,
okay, so
you
the
know,
higher the amount of money that I would
400,000,
make
40% of what you
would
wanted.
determine like if I would be willing to marry someone that makes less than me. At the end of the day, I would stay true to who I am, and if this was a person that I really ideally liked and they were just making 50,000 and they were loyal, I would be with that person. for
Lies.
sure.
Yeah, but as long as he doesn't have more debt than me, that's fine. Like, that's just like where we're talking about, like, if you're getting married to somebody, like, their baggage is your baggage. So you could make less money than me, that's fine, but don't bring more debt than me. You know, that's where it's like, I'm not going to.
It's funny when women hold, 80% of consumer debt and they own about like 60 to 70% of all college debt. So it's most likely that women carry the debt to their partners.
Pay your bills that way.
What is it do you think that these men want specifically in a woman? Like, what would make
This
a guy
is an
like
awesome
pick
question.
you or
They
want to be
have
with you if they're
no
making this
clue.
much money? Like, what are they looking for?
A wallflower, someone they can come home to, and they're making dinner, and they're
No, that is not
draped
what
in
they want.
lingerie, and just unrealistic wife, I guess.
What's unrealistic about
Someone who
taking
takes
care of the
the
house?
kids to school every day, someone who doesn't complain, and
I guess it's
yeah, I'm
unrealistic
basically
nowadays.
not that,
She isn't
is what
wrong.
I'm trying to get.
So she
So,
knows
folks,
what
I'm screwed
these
for
men
that
want,
math.
but she's not going to be that thing. So how can she
And
attract
what do you
these
think
things?
those guys want? Like the top 1% men, what are they looking for in women?
I mean, I hope it's just honesty and like loyalness, because that's the
Honesty
most
and loyalness,
hard,
boys.
I guess, like personality trait to find nowadays, and it's, I think, what should be the most important. So I hope that's what they're looking for. Honestly, though, it's probably fake ass and big
See, is whatever
titties,
they
which
think
is cool.
is
And
they
I turn my head
feel like
too, but it's
they're
just-
looking for is what
I
they
don't
think
they're
men
as
are looking for
realistic
too.
as they should be. I mean, they say
And
the
they
same
all
about
assume
us,
that we
so.
want fake
Do you think
asses
men
and
are
fake lips.
unrealistic about maybe what they're looking for too?
Or they're not as well, not that they're unrealistic, but that there's such a painted picture of like what this woman should look like based on all
Oh
these
my
women on
God.
social
So we
media
want
with
a
Facetune and
traditional
Photoshop
housewife when we
this, that, and
make
the
this
other, that
massive
goes
amount
both
of
ways.
money
But do you think since
and
they're
you're not
like
willing
the
to
top
conform.
1% of men, they feel like they can be more picky
A little,
about
yeah,
that kind of stuff?
100% that they can be a little bit more choosy. I mean, I think core values should always be present. You should always
I
have
do agree with
standards for
that.
that.
Core
but
values is probably
if
one of
it's
the
like
biggest.
aesthetics and looks, those 1%ers probably feel, they don't have to talk to you if they don't want to.
This is true.
Do you think women have unrealistic expectations too about men?
Yeah, absolutely.
Specifically, like in the money category that we're talking about.
Yes, I
Like,
mean,
I just asked you to paint, a picture, and it's like a $3 million nest egg
Yeah.
with the car. So, like,
So
what
nice.
are your
Yeah.
thoughts after hearing the statistics? Like, does that still seem realistic to you, or do you think it's maybe a little?
I mean, it seems realistic to myself because I know what I'm gonna get, and I really don't need the support of a guy like that. Like, I'm looking for another pilot. You know what I mean? I don't need a co-pilot.
They say these things, but yet that I don't need another man. I don't need a man. But when they say the numbers that they say, you can't even hit these numbers yourself. What are you talking about?
So it just depends on the type of person that you surround yourself with. So I think anything could be realistic. You just have to work for it.
What are these guys looking for in women? Like, what do you think they want in a woman?
So that's why I feel this is the catch with dating someone that's making a significant amount of money. Even though they can provide the lifestyle that I, in a perfect world, ideally would love to have. This is a person that has access to so many more things than the average person has. So I might not be enough for this person's curiosities, you know, and
so
that
why
would
not,
make
like,
me
make
very
yourself
insecure in a
enough?
relationship.
Work on yourself to be what they're looking for.
If I was making significantly less than a partner, it would make me feel insecure, like I wasn't on the same level as them. And not that I'm trying to like be
yes, you are.
know,
yes, you are.
super equal with my partner.
Yes, you are.
Because I can be submissive in some areas. I feel like
Some
that would
areas.
just, I couldn't maintain a relationship with a person.
Like you would
that.
think maybe that they were looking elsewhere.
I think that men that make this much money just want a woman that's really easygoing, really laid back, probably doesn't have much.
It's
of an
not just
opinion
men
that's
that make
different
this
from
kind
their
of
own.
money.
I'll never be that woman. I'll always argue, a difference of opinions. Cause
There you guys go. So they know what we want. They actually do know what we want, to tell you the truth. But they're not going to give it to us. But they still expect to get what they want. Delusion, guys. Delusion.
it's fun to me. So, I feel like they want a woman that they can be very, what is the word? Like dominant over. Like they're going to be calling the shots. These are all negative things.
Would you be willing to make any changes or compromises to the things that you want based off of hearing the statistics, like the house, how many
I'm going to say
kids,
100%
cars,
no on
vacations,
all of them.
you
Let's
know,
see.
living in your nice neighborhood? Like, what compromises would you make? Or would you not be willing to make any compromises and this is just the life that you want? End all be all.
I just think at this stage in my life, because I'm 24 and I've dated a few guys, and I still, that's still a goal of mine.
Yep. Told
Maybe
you.
if
That's
I was
one.
like 30 and, you know, my fertility clock was ticking and I needed to make some compromises to kind of like settle down with somebody.
Not willing to compromise
Then I
one bit.
would probably
And still going to go after what she
would do
wants.
that. But as of right now,
After hearing the numbers
that
and
is
statistics.
still a goal of mine, and I think that it's achievable.
This is where reality and delusion can never meet right here. Because they know the reality. And they still want to go with the delusion of that 1%. Not saying that a woman cannot get that 1%. But a lot of these women that are not willing to change any way or anything, they're not going to get it.
Because I think that you can live that life with $300,000. Probably not $100,000, but $300,000 probably.
So she's still expecting
It's very
$300,000,
different
guys.
when you're expecting someone else to do it for you versus like, I'm going to do it myself.
Right.
And then, you know, whoever I'm with will hopefully have a similar mindset and be able to like work towards it with me and we can
Right.
kind of tackle it together.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, it's like if you have 20K and I have 20K, like we can get so much more done as opposed to myself or
Right.
yourself or me just demanding that you have that. It would never work for me.
Yeah, no, I'm not too fixated on the salary. I still want to be comfortable and hopefully have some of the things that I wasn't able to have, you know, go on trips and have kids and have them well taken care of. So whatever that means. It's a cliche saying, but like my best
What?
friend growing up, she came from a family
What?
of 8, also a blended family like mine, and her mom always said, you always make things work. So I'm like actually not even worried about it because I
Watch you
think
some
if you
videos.
just
Watch
think
me.
that I'm going to make it work, we're going to make it work.
and overall, just to round out this video, would you say that you're surprised by the statistics I showed you, like the median income of the 31-year-old only being, let me look really quick, $45,000?
Oh yeah, I'm shocked. But then again, like I understand it now that I think back of like different conversations I've had with people, different dates that I've went on. I'm like, that does make a lot
You're
of
bugging me.
sense.
You're bugging me.
But at the
let
same
me finish
time,
up
it's
the
also
video.
kind of nerve-wracking because if I'm thinking like, you know, back in the day, like if you would have thought like in high school, like, hey, you know, once I'm 30, you know, everyone thought like, oh, at least for girls, like we're going to be married, you know, we're going to have kids, we're going to be living in this big house. And that's not even like the standard of living currently or even like the average. So yeah, like that's insane to think about.
So at least she's
Crazy
kind
when
of
you
been
have an
reasonable
idea of
about
what
it.
you want, but you don't really
So
know
okay,
what
maybe
it
not
is you're
all of them
asking for.
we're gonna.
Yeah, you don't know
So
the
she
true
is actually
value
willing
of
to.
things until like you're currently experiencing it.
I think just surprised, honestly, because I wouldn't have guessed that. So it's good to know what is more realistic.
I'm definitely shocked to say the least, especially for me picking 27. I wonder if maybe I would have picked a little bit of an older age, but it just wasn't ideal for where they would be at. But you said people don't even eclipse over 61,000.
65
65,000 over their life. That's just like,
for the median, yeah.
yeah, for the average of people, it's interesting. So, I mean, I guess it really just depends on what you do for a living. It was a huge.
It's not, again, like a lot of these average women don't think they qualify. No, they don't think that they should go with average men when they just gave the numbers. The medium is pretty much the average men out there. They're only making about that much. None of these women want average men. So this is why a lot of just dating has just been so upside down, and a lot of men are a lot more lonely. And even a lot more women are more lonely because they can't seem to get that 1%, get the lifestyle they want. And like she said, she'd rather be single, which a lot of women have turned to. And to be single in your 40s and 50s is lonely for anybody, men and women. But historically, men have dealt with loneliness majority of their lives. Most men don't reproduce. 60% of men don't reproduce. Most of those 60% are lonely men. And it's been like that since the dawn of time. It's only now that women are choosing to be single. This was never a thing before. Now that women are choosing it, they're becoming a lot more miserable. Why? Because, again, it's lonely in your later ages. Men just have dealt with it. I don't think a lot of women have dealt with it until now, or at least in the future, in like the next 10 years, when a lot of these women, you know, get to their 50s and 60s that have been single, you know, because there's no man out there that meet their standards. This is just how it is.
Huge takeaway for me. I would have never guessed that number.
Yeah, because even if you go to 30, it's 45,000. 35, 52,000.
Wow.
And when you're a woman who's making, you know, a good amount yourself, it's like you don't even think about a man making less than you. I think is the mindset that a lot of women have.
I don't know, for myself, because I at a young age just figured out like the type of people to be around and how to invest and turn more money into money and things of that nature. So to know that a lot of people work really hard and never get there is like sad, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I don't care if my man makes less money than me. Like, bitch, I'll pay for the trip to Bora Bora. But
That's
like,
what she says.
Just be cool.
But she's the one that wanted.
Yeah, that's interesting
the
to know
Pagani.
that. Do you feel like a lot of women nowadays are like, I demand this? Like,
Yeah, I do, and I think a lot of it has to do with social media.
yeah, me too.
Just really painting an unrealistic picture of what we should be looking for in a partner. And also just like, if a guy's 25 years old, he's not going to be making $250K.
You know,
like it takes a long time to make money.
100%.
And I think people who don't grind and work themselves or come
All
from a
the time.
background where they had to like really work for money or understand the value of a dollar, they don't understand how hard you have to work to make money.
Sure.
And some people, you know, they work their butt off and they never make that much money.
I'm gonna have to accept a man that makes $60,000. And honestly, from what I'm hearing, it sounds like they'd be a lot better, for one, but for two, a man that's gonna come home and not cheat on you.
So were you shocked by the median income of a 32-year-old?
Yeah, that's just insane.
My conclusion is that these questions that you asked me are very important factors in, you know, having a relationship with someone.
Yes, they
and
are.
having a happy, comfortable marriage.
And most of you guys have never thought about
having realistic expectations in your life and with a partner, you know, or being in a situation where you're settling, you know, with a partner. It just brings up all those different things. I guess my takeaway from this is that I probably should be studying, you know, different jobs that these men can have. Because
still wants
I need to
that
change.
650, guys.
If I
Did
really
not
want
want
to
to
find
compromise.
my
Still
ideal
doesn't want to
husband,
compromise.
I need to change, you know, what rooms I'm showing up in.
Alright guys, that is all I have for this video. If you liked it or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. If you like this,
How was that, guys? Shit. Woo! How'd you guys like that, chow? Did it go down rough? I think it went down rough for me a little bit, but for women, I don't even think they want to eat the chow. They're gonna say no dice. Because what, 4 out of the 6 said they're still gonna do what they want and still gonna go after what they want, even though they heard those numbers. If I heard that I was gonna 99% chance of dying and 1% chance of surviving when I'm jumping off an airplane with a parachute, I'm probably not gonna jump. Just me though. And sorry about the cat, you know, he came in and started roughing my shirt up and now I'm all hairy and stuff. So it's Tom. But again, please like and subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate that. And please, I'll link Courtney down also. And please send her a sub and likes also. All right, guys. I know that chow was a little rough. It got stuck in my throat a little bit. But I'll catch you guys next time. Chow time.